Hello everyone, welcome to Achievers IAS classes. Let's begin a discussion on the current events of 24th Feb 2018. The first issue in news is regarding the delay in the appointment of High Court judges. The issue is in news because the Supreme Court has recently observed in a judgment delivered that the judicial vacancies in the High Courts are at an all-time high, for which the government as well as the concerned High Courts are equally responsible because the government is faulty for keeping the names forwarded by the judiciary pending for an unduly long time, while the High Courts are faulted for not acting swiftly to address the judicial vacancy by recommending the names of judges lately or not sending at all. Given the huge backlog of cases in the judiciary, it is essential that vacancies in judicial appointments are filled at the earliest. In this regard, we have to wait and watch how the government as well as the judiciary will take corrective actions to address this issue. Having said that, let's move on to the next issue, which is an editorial regarding the recent decision of the Union government to allow commercial mining firms in the coal sector. India's coal industry was dominated by the private sector after independence until the Indira Gandhi government enacted the Coal Mines Nationalization Act, which was then seen as a key to meet the power needs of the country. This move resulted in a virtual monopoly in the coal sector for the public sector, and Coal India currently accounts for over 80% of the country's coal supply. Apart from some captive coal mines allotted to the private players for specific end users like steel manufacturing, power industries, etc., the participation of private players in the coal industry was virtually absent, and the current reform to allow commercial mining was a long pending reform because of India's high dependence on coal for power generation. The move is also significant because in recent years there has been an increase in the imports of coal, even though the country has rich coal deposits, because Coal India has been unable to keep pace with the rising demand for coal. Also, the Supreme Court's cancellation of the allocation of coal mines to public and private players in 2014 severely curtailed supply of coal in the market. But the government then moved swiftly to bring in a transparent auction process to ensure that there was no supply shocks for power producers due to disruptions in mining operations. As a follow on, the current step by the government to liberalize the coal sector will boost energy security of the country, making coal more affordable and creating more jobs in the sector. However, the government should exercise caution that the coal blocks allocated to the private players should not just be the ones on which Coal India isn't keen on exploiting, but should be of good quality. Adding to this, the integrity of the process as well as miner safety should be simultaneously looked into. Having said that, let's move on to the next issue, which is regarding the meeting of leaders from the four countries participating in the TAPI pipeline. The acronym TAPI stands for Turkmenistan, Afghanistan, Pakistan, and India, denoting the four countries through which an ambitious multi-billion-dollar gas pipeline supplying gas from Turkmenistan's Galkinish gas field is to be laid down. While there are various concerns surrounding around the pipeline, including its security due to its passage through insecure regions in Afghanistan, but the prospects of Turkmenistan diversifying its export destinations due to this pipeline are high because presently China is the biggest buyer of natural gas in the region, but the successful completion of this pipeline project could change this equation. However, given the strained relations between India and Pakistan and India's easy access to other liquefied natural gas markets, India's commitment to the pipeline has been previously questioned, and we have to wait and watch how it evolves in the days to come. Till then, let's move on to the next issue, which is regarding the recent decision of the Financial Action Task Force to put Pakistan back on the grey list, thereby subjecting it to intense scrutiny by the International Cooperation Review Group for terror financing and money laundering activities. Pakistan had been on the list in the past from 2012 to 2015, and the current move has been prompted by four nominating countries, namely the United States, the UK, Germany, and France, due to Pakistan's inaction on terror groups and their activities. Being on the grey list will put additional pressure on Pakistan to act on these groups because if the country is blacklisted, it would result in economic sanctions being slapped against Pakistan, which could cripple its financial infrastructure. Having said that, let's move on to the next issue, which is regarding the new norms mandated by the US government on the H-1B visa approval process. The new norms require employers to file fresh documentary requirements for workers at third-party work sites, which could add to the paperwork and processing formalities of the Indian IT service providers, thereby adversely affecting Indian businesses. Also, the new norms mandate employers to associate a particular project to an individual visa, which could only be approved for the duration of the project, unlike the current process. Also, the companies will have to prove that their employees who have been awarded with the H1B visa are engaged in a specialty occupation, which industry experts say would hit the lower level jobs the most in the United States. Given the rising rhetoric and growing levels of protectionism in the developed world, this move too will adversely affect the cause of globalization, which we have to wait and watch in the days to come. Having said that, I wrap up today's news analysis. Do share this content if you like it. Thank you for watching. Have a nice day.